If I was moving to Hamilton, Ohio all over again, I would ask way more questions than I did when I bought my first home here. Now, full disclaimer, I've lived here for a while, so it's been a while since I've had to make a decision on where to live. However, it's that tenure that I've had here in Hamilton that has helped me to appreciate how much Hamilton has changed, and for the better, not the worst. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly where I would live in Hamilton, Ohio, if I was moving here again. We're talking specific neighborhoods, rationale, and the trade-offs of each one depending on what you're optimizing for. And stick around until the end because I'm going to share with you the neighborhood in Hamilton that I think represents the single best combination of value, livability, and appreciation potential. And it's not the most obvious choice, but the reasoning behind it is very hard to argue with. When people are thinking about moving to Hamilton, Ohio, I first ask them the same question. What does your ideal Tuesday morning look like? Not the weekend, not the highlight reel, the ordinary Tuesday. Do you walk to get coffee? Do you drive to work and want a quiet street to come home to? Do you like to walk your dog in the neighborhood? Do your kids walk to school? Do you care about being able to see the river? Do you want character in the architecture around you, or do you want newer construction with potentially less maintenance? Because Hamilton can deliver almost any version of that on a Tuesday, but it delivers them in very different parts of the city. And the people who buy in the wrong neighborhood for their actual daily life are the ones who call me 2 years later wondering why the city feels like it's just not working for them anymore. I have lived and breathed this market long enough to have a very clear opinion about where I would personally land if I was starting from scratch. And that's what this video is all about. If today's the first day that we're meeting, I'm Andrea Kugler, here team owner at AK Collective at Bowling and Kugler Realty, and I help buyers find the right neighborhood in Hamilton and across Butler County, not just the right house, but the place that they're going to call home for a long time. Here's exactly where I would live in Hamilton, Ohio in 2026, broken down by what each neighborhood actually offers. Now, if I wanted historic character and walkability, Rossville Historic District or Highland Park is where I would land. Rossville was a separate city before it was annexed into Hamilton in 1854, and that independent history shows up in the built environment ways that you can see and feel today. The Rossville Historic District along Main Street is the closest thing Hamilton has to a walkable neighborhood with genuine commercial character. Highland Park also is right outside of Main Street with walkability to that commercial front. Great thing about the Main Street Business District is that it offers plenty of restaurants, shops, boutiques, and street level energy that most of Hamilton's suburban neighborhoods simply don't have. The housing stock in Rossville is older with significant architectural variety, including Victorian era homes, craftsman bungalows, and early 20th century structures. For buyers who value character over newness and want a neighborhood that feels like it has history, Rossville or Highland Park will deliver that in a way that newer subdivisions simply cannot. It's also positioned close enough to downtown Hamilton and the High and Main corridor to benefit directly from the hospitality and dining investment landing right there. The honest trade-off. Older housing stock means older systems and more potential maintenance. Some streets in Rossville are further along their revitalization than others, so do your homework at the street level, not just the neighborhood level. Now, if I wanted the best combination of quiet residential life and proximity to everything, then more southeast Hamilton Lindenwald area is where I would land. In the more southeast quadrant of Hamilton, including areas like New London, Southern Hills, and some of Lindenwald, consistently comes up the most desirable residential area based on home value data. These are the neighborhoods where Hamilton's most established residential character lives. Larger lots, mature trees, well-maintained homes, lower crime rates relative to other parts of Hamilton, and convenient access to both downtown Hamilton and the broader Cincinnati metro area via Interstate 275 and US 127. New London is home to Baden High School, go Rams, Potters Park Golf Course, and Miami Woods, which adds a genuine outdoor recreational dimension to daily life that you may not find in every part of the city. The Southern Hills area offers a quieter suburban pace with good access to the city's amenities without being in the middle of active transformation corridors. For buyers who want to be in Hamilton for the price point and the trajectory, but want their intermediate neighborhood to feel a little bit more settled and established, the southeast quadrant is where I would look first. Now, the honest trade-off. You're further from the riverfront development and downtown energy that is driving the most visible transformation in Hamilton, so you're not really within walking distance. But you are buying the most stable part of the city, rather the most dynamic part. Depending on what you are trying to optimize for, that is either a feature or a limitation. Now, if I wanted to be at the transformation and capture the most anticipated potential, then I'd say you need to be in the downtown or German Village area. In case you didn't know, German Village is one of the oldest parts of Hamilton, dating back to the city's earliest settlement. Residents on next door consider consistently cite the architecture, walkability, community feel, and sense of neighborhood identity as one of the primary reasons that they love living there. It sits adjacent to downtown Hamilton and is within close proximity to the High and Main corridor, making it very walkable and also the city's most active investment where things are concentrated. For buyers who want to be inside the story of Hamilton's transformation rather than watching it from the suburbs, downtown German Village is where you want to be. The homes in German Village and the downtown adjacent blocks reflect the city's historic architecture in ways that are genuinely irreplaceable. There's a lot of historic districts around here too, for the reason is they want to maintain that history. Brick construction, Victoria era detailing, street level character that took more than a century to develop. These are not features that you can build new, and they're increasingly the features that attract buyers who have options and are specifically choosing Hamilton for its character, not just its price. All right, the honest trade-off. It is the highest risk, highest potential reward option on this list. Parts of the downtown adjacent neighborhoods are still in transition. Crime rates can vary significantly. The reward for buying in the block of Hamilton transitioning urban neighborhood in a city where Hamilton's investment pipeline is real. So the need to do thorough due diligence at the street level before you commit is real. Now, if I wanted suburban comfort with strong school access, I'd go Washington or Millikin. For buyers moving to Hamilton with school-aged children who want more traditional suburban experience, the Washington and Millikin neighborhoods on the western side of the city offer exactly that. Washington is home to the Fitton Family Y, the Twin Run Golf Course, and Millikin is centered around Millikin Woods Park and composed of the post-World War II era subdivisions that were built for families that still function this way. These are the neighborhoods where Hamilton feels most like a conventional Midwestern suburb. The streets are quiet, the properties are pretty reasonable, and the community infrastructure around schools and parks is the place, especially if you want walkability for your kids to go to school. The price points are among the most accessible in the city, which creates genuine room for appreciation in Hamilton's overall trajectory and improves the city's perception from the outside. All right, the honest trade-off. These neighborhoods are just further from the most active investment corridors. You're not going to walk to the newest restaurant or watch your river from your porch, but you're buying in a quiet, functional neighborhood with walkability to schools. All right, so here's the neighborhood I told you that represents the single best combination of value, livability, and appreciation potential in Hamilton right now. Drum roll, please. Rossville, specifically the blocks within walking distance of Main Street Business District and within a 10-minute drive of the Crawford-Hoying riverfront development. Here's why. Rossville has something that most Hamilton neighborhoods don't have right now, and that's an existing identity. The historic district, the street-level commercial character, architecture inventory, and proximity to the river and downtown Hamilton. These are not things that need to be created from scratch because they're already here. What Rossville is getting on top of its existing character is a wave of investment in its immediate surroundings that's going to change how outside buyers perceive and price neighborhoods in this part of the city. Rossville is a neighborhood that already has the bones and is about to get the tailwind. That combination, existing character plus arriving investment, and the most reliable appreciation setup in any transitioning market. And the entry prices in Rossville right now still reflect a neighborhood that is a broader market has just not fully discovered yet. So that's where I would be. So I want to hear from you. Are you considering a move to Hamilton, Ohio right now? And if so, are you trying to navigate which neighborhood you want to be in? If you're trying to weigh on what you love about a specific corner or what you might not like about another, then let me know in the comments below. I check them every day and reach out so that we can get your home search started here in Hamilton, Ohio.